Good afternoon. I am Dr. Geeta Sarunke, Assistant Professor in ENTC Department of AISSMS College of Engineering, Pune. Welcome you all in this one-week STTP Transformative Engineering Pedagogy, Outcome-Based Education, AI-Enabled Teaching and Assessment Excellence under MEP 2020. We are truly honored to begin day 3 with the first session by our esteemed guest, Dr. Shripad Bhatlawande. Welcome, sir. Sir is professor and generative AI research scientist with 24 years of experience in machine intelligence and embedded systems, recipient of AICTE National Best Teacher Award, led more than 3 crore consultancy projects, driving high impact research, innovation and engineering team performance. His research advances multimodal and generative intelligence and integrated perceptions, reasoning and action for real-world systems. He developed scalable, interpretable, and resource-aware AI methods spanning regions, language, and embedded intelligence, with a strong emphasis on deployability and societal impact. His work bridges foundational theory and high TRL applications to enable robust, human-centered intelligent systems. Dr. Bhatlawande has 1 year industry and 25 years of teaching experience, currently working as professor and head of ENTC Department of Vishwakarma Institute of Technology, Pune, guiding number of PhD students also. His funded research projects are AI support bot for device bridge, non-invasive prosthetic hand, precision agriculture robot, AI-based smart home safety system, stereo vision system for obstacle detection and depth perception, multisensory navigation system for visually impaired. His publications and scholarly contributions are 28 SCI, Scopus and Web of Science indexed IEEE, Springer and elsewhere journal papers, 170 Scopus and Web of Science indexed conference papers, 8 granted international and Indian patents. Professor Bhatlawande has received several prestigious awards and honors, including AICTE Visvesvaraya Best Teacher National Award, Employee and Researcher of the Year, and all IEEE Rank 10 Young Engineers Humanitarian Challenge, National Instruments Graphical System Design Achievement Award. He is also expert in number of programming languages. Great, sir. Once again, on behalf of ENTC Department of AISSMS College of Engineering, I extend a warm welcome to Dr. Shripad Bhatlawande sir and all participants. Without further delay, I request sir to kindly begin to session faculty effectiveness and professional growth. Over to you, sir.
Okay. Sure. Yes, so madam, with your permission, आम्ही सुरू करू शकतो आता?
Yeah, you can start.
Okay. Yes, good afternoon, all distinguished faculty members and industry representatives. Sure. So the title of this discussion is Faculty Effectiveness and Professional Growth. So just one request is there to all distinguished attendees. Sometime I will be asking you something. It's not technical anyway, right? So you please use your chat box and you may try to reply to those questions if possible. I can understand in online session, basically, it is said that even though multiple attendees are there, but there are only 2 people attending this. One is speaker and other is organizer. So it should not happen. So please keep responding to questions. So I will be just like asking you to reply in chat box, or otherwise, if possible, you may unmute yourself and you may comment on it. Preferred responses, chat box, you may just like type something. I will be asking you to type 1, sometime type 2, type 3. This way only you can acknowledge. Fine. Sure. So the title of this discussion is Faculty Effectiveness and Professional Growth. Fine. So this is general outline of this discussion. First, we'll see where we are and what is expected from faculty and how faculty can meet those expectations. We will discuss about action plan and then finally takeaways. Right. Basically, being a teacher these days, there are bare minimum expectations from the teacher, and that bare minimum is really changed. Earlier, from teacher, only teaching was expected, but now a teacher must be a very good seasoned, you may say, administrator, a very good researcher, and excellent academician. Right. So all such things are expected from the teacher. But if you see, most of the rankings are based on research. So naturally, research is expected from the teacher, right? Now, quickly we will see how research happen in this world, not in Bharat or in Maharashtra or in Pune or any particular academic institute, but in this world, how research happens. We'll just try to quickly see this, right? Fine. And then accordingly, we will see how can we uh, plan it effectively. See, in this world, there are four types of institutes. The first type is first category, first vertical of institute. You may say MIT, Stanford, and a long list is there. So those institutes. Now, if you see those institutes, uh, and if you see the number of students and the um, different programs under which student like enroll, right? PhDs programs are there. Students, or you may say programs, basically academic programs. So PhD programs are there, PG programs are there, and then the UG programs are there. Now, if you see such world-class institutes, so almost in 99% institutes, there is no undergraduate program. So most of the intake is either like what masters or PhD. So even if we assume there are say 50% PhD students are there. If their intake is 100, so 50 students comes from PhD, 20 comes from PG, master's program, and only 30 students come from undergraduate program. Now, if we go to second vertical, like the top tier institute in our country, like IIC and IITs are there. So if we see their details, so around 40% students come from PhD, 20% from PG, and then 40% from UG. Right? Now, again, third vertical is there. In third vertical, institutes like NITs and then triple ITs are there, like triple IT Hyderabad, VNIT Nagpur, right? So such institutes are there. Again, in then if we see the picture, 30% PhD, then around 20% masters and 50% UG intake is there. Now, in fourth vertical, autonomous colleges, then private engineering colleges, government engineering colleges, all such colleges comes under those. And gradually everyone will become autonomous. Now, if we see their distribution of students, so in private engineering colleges, only 10% PhD students are there and they are part-time. Now in NITs, IISc, MIT, these all colleges, PhD students are full-time. Master students are also full-time. But if we see our colleges, 10% PhD students are there and 100% students are part-time. Then around 10% master students are there, they are also part-time. And 80% UG students are there. And unfortunately, these days, they are also part-time, right? UG students are also one way, they are part-time, right? If you see at their attendance in colleges, barely they like very poor attendance they have. Now, if you see in world academia, most of the research comes from PhD and PG programs because they have full time and full like what you can say full time programs, right? And supervisors can rely on those students basically. PhD guides, master guides, they have very good ideas. They are connected with industry. They get good projects from the industry, and they make their students work, right? And through that work, good thing happens basically. But in colleges, like you may say, like private colleges or government colleges or fourth tier college, all colleges in vertical number 4. There, basically, most of the time, teachers are busy in administrative activities or otherwise teaching learning related activities. So, very less time is available for research, right? And very few students are available for research with them. Even if they get some grants, again, like what, you know, even if they get some grants, human resource is not available to complete that like project basically, right? In time, on time, whatever, right? So this is the real scenario in any private government autonomous engineering college. Fine. Now, if you see different like what countries and their academic infrastructure, United States, they started with like they also had a humble beginning basically. Earlier, there most of the institutes comes under like kind of used to come under average category. Then they gradually developed their quality, and earlier they were having many institutes, but and most of them were of average quality. Then they focused on quality, and now on an average, like all institutes are quality institutes, right? Again, like if country like China, if we see, there also more or less same situation was there. Thousands of colleges were there. Gradually, they developed them, and now majority colleges are quality colleges. Our all-time friend Russia, if we see, with Russia also, same thing is there. Earlier, quantity was there, right? Then they moved to some average institutions, and now again, like they have very good institutions. So if we see our country, basically, we also started with like what? There was no concept of private colleges earlier, right? Everything was like controlled and governed by government, right? And gradually we are also moving on basically. Our institutes are also good now. They are day by day, like our quality is also improving. But right now we are in quantity phase basically. And the next phase is anyway quality phase. So we are bound to become like what everyone, all institutes in our country are bound to become quality institutes. It's just a matter of time. Now, who will make them quality institutes? And so answer is faculty members because students will keep on changing. Students is definitely one of the major building block of any academic institute, but they will keep on changing. Now, how to utilize them and how to ensure that growth is completely like what decided by faculty members in that institute. Of course, like managements are there, then other facilities are there, right? Those things are there. But we will discuss those things as well, but with a limited scope. But what we can do, how faculty can plan in available time, we know how much time available is, right? But again, like how can utilize that time and make best usage of it and what is expected, how we can achieve that expected result. That we will be discussing in this 1 hour, 20 minutes around, right? Fine. So now we'll see now. See, every college these days directed by three things. NBA, then after that NIRF, and then NAC. NBA, NIRF, NAC. Without these things, nothing is possible. And every management, every college, they have understood the importance of these things, right? Acha, is it visible actually? Because it seems there is a lag. Madam, is it visible? Are slides visible, madam?
Yes, sir. Visible.
Participants, if you can see these slides, could you please type one in the chat box?
Yes, sir. It's visible.
It's visible? Yes. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay, so great. I'm very happy. At least one, two, Sandhya madam, Lochan sir, Sachin sir, Baba Sahib sir, Mubina madam, Padmaja madam, Priyanka madam, Shilpa madam, Tehsin sir, right? Great. So many are attending. At least 20 people are attending. I'm very happy. Thank you so much. So the thing is what everyone is fully aware about NBA, NIRF, NAC. management, faculty, everyone, right? And if you see, without research, NBA is incomplete. NIRF, cannot think about it. NAC also, right? So for a good ranking, institute is fully aware that these parameters must be excellent actually, right? So we have to utilize these requirements because government says these things must be there. Every academic institute must have NBA accreditation, NIRF accreditation, NAC accreditation, right? And everyone completely like what and supporting. Everyone is like what helping us to get those like publications, patents, projects. Everyone is like what aware and ready to help to achieve an few like what an performance parameters or key parameters you may say to meet those requirements. Help is available. Help is available. We have to just plan systematically. We have to just convince our authorities that okay fine, NBA is achievable, NIRF is achievable, NAC is achievable, but for this we need few things, right? And through those things only we can achieve, a faculty can achieve, we can achieve our professional growth. See, individual growth is there, we can plan many things, but without support many things will come to very small things basically. So we have to utilize this ecosystem, the requirements of government, requirements of our authorities, and accordingly we have to plan. And in available system, available ecosystem, we have to excel. So this discussion will move around these things only. So what is available and how can we make most of it and achieve what is expected. So this is general bottom line of this discussion. Hmm? Sure. Now, what parameters are there basically or requirements? Now, if we want to be good, may it be individual faculty or a academic institute, three things are required: very good faculty, very good facilities, and finance. These three things are required, right? We all are aware about these three things, nothing new, and more or less in all colleges situation is same, right? So now these three F's are there, then things will be good, right? Somewhere like what faculty is very good, facilities are good, finance is okay, right? Now you know three things are there and 2 raised to 3, 8 combinations are there. So you assume which thing is good, which thing is excellent, which thing is not there, right? But still, even if any one thing is good among these three things, even if one thing is there, with a good plan, we can achieve what is expected from an individual teacher. So we'll see now how to do that. In any engineering colleges, you can just, I'll just quickly go through it. Key performance indicators are there. If suppose we are producing some graduates, they should be employable, right? Some entrepreneurs should come out of it. And each college should be connected with a good set of industry and then alumni. Our students should go to some very good universities in India and abroad, right, for higher studies. Institute should be continuously growing. Faculty should be consistently growing, right? Faculty growth means what? Today I am assistant professor, tomorrow I should be associate professor, and then in future I should be professor. These are the basic goals for teacher. I am having one project, tomorrow I should be having like let us say more number of project, right? I have less number of publication right now. In future I must have more number of publication. May it be patent, may it be publication, right? So this is called as consistent growth in terms of like whatever career graph as well as like whatever financial progress, right? So this is like what expected from individual faculty and an institute, right? And for that, two things are required. First thing is research, and second thing is innovation. Research means what? Research means you know everything about research and innovation, right? Research means what? Creation of new knowledge, and innovation means what? Monetization of that knowledge. So we create something and then we monetize something. No, research doesn't mean fundamental theoretical research and always like what we have to create some model and then monetize it. It's not about that. We can do many things actually, and that also comes under research only. Our course is also a research only, right? That path-breaking research is research, but our project is also considered as a research only. Even undergraduate project is also a research, and we can make a good concept and we can make it sellable and we can like what monetize it, right? So these things are possible basically. Mm, okay. Now everyone is aware about that research and innovation can enable our growth, can help us to grow in individual, as an individual, or as an academia, right? So now, how to achieve those goals then basically? How to do research? I'm not going to tell you that about that. Everyone is aware about that. But how can we plan so that research and innovation will be feasible? So those things we will be discussing now. So there are few things I'm just displaying now. So seven things are there. If we systematically, methodically plan these seven things will be very simple for us. Focus. First thing is focus. Second thing is problem. Third thing is just start. Just do it. Right? Don't wait for anything. Fourth thing is we need a very good team, and we have to just like what play with our mindset. We have to just have to fine tuning our mindset. And then sixth thing is repository. We will discuss about repository in detail. And then there are certain outcomes, right? We have to plan those outcomes. The way like we are planning our methods, we have to plan outcomes also, right? Again, with the help of a good team. So one by one, we will discuss about all these things now. So these seven things are there, and these seven things are very important for us. So about these seven things, we will see now one by one. The first thing is focus. Focus. Now we keep on writing publications, right? Now, if you see IISCs, IITs, or COEP, or any other college like ours, college, right? Now, in those colleges, if we see their like what contribution till 2015, what are their contribution? You just see that. See, earlier, those institute, there were three types of research basically: fundamental research, clinical research, experimental research. Until 2015, if you see these institutes, this is based on their contribution, their publications, and their projects. Faculty member projects, faculty members' publications in top tier institutes, right? So 75% focus was on fundamental research. 20% focus was on clinical research, and only 5% focus was on experimental research. But then after 2015, something has changed. And now if you see, fundamental research is no more existing. Only 5% people are working on fundamental things, basic science related things. Clinical research is also experimental research. Basic difference between experimental and clinical research is what where human subject are required means involved. We call it as what clinical research, basically drug design, drug delivery, then medical device design and their evaluations, their usability evaluation, they come under clinical evaluation or clinical research, you may say that. But that is also experimental research. Now, if you see, only 5% people are doing fundamental research. 25% people still are there because India is known as pharmacy of world. So that's why 25% people are working in clinical research. And now, if you see, 70% people are working in experimental domain, experimental research. They are doing experimental research. And what is the experimental research in simple term? They are identifying problem and they are just solving the problem. They are just like discussing with stakeholder. Let us say small scale industry is one of the stakeholder, right? Some hospitals are your stakeholders. They are just going there, they are just discussing with them, identifying their problem and trying to solve those problems. So that's it. They are doing this only, these things only. So most of the people these days doing experimental research. Experimental research means our projects only, our undergraduate project, master project, or any problem solution. That is what experimental research. So just I want to tell you and convey one thing and emphasize one thing. Focus doesn't mean what you want to do. First of all, we have to figure out what we don't want to do. So first we have to like what decide what we don't want to do. So you decide first, like we have to decide. Like I'm assuming myself, you means myself only. That way only I am telling you. So basically we have to first decide what we don't want to do. I don't want to do fundamental research. I don't want to do clinical research. So only one option is left, experimental research. So I'm doing that, experimental research. So this way we have to find out, we have to figure out what we don't want to do and what is left. We have to, again, interest is there. And based on interest only, we can decide what we don't want to do. Without interest, nothing is possible, right? So then we have to decide first what we don't want to do, and what is left, what is available, with that we have to start, right? So we have to be very clear about our focus. Then the second thing is what, we have to be very particular about our problem. Now the problem is what, see, most of the time, like even in undergraduate students also, in any institute on an average there is like what, 180 intake these days. So this 180, even if like 180 intake is there, we know around 200 250 students are there, lateral entry, this entry, that entry, so many other things are there, right? So even if we assume, let us say 200 students, 200 students, so total 800 students are there in each department these days. From first year to final year, in each department around 800 students are there. Even if we like put in round of it, if we like go by the minimum intake, 500 students are there in each department. So 500 students are there. So whenever we assign any problem statement, most of the time we ask our student to come with three problem statement, two problem statement, four problem statement, and from their problem statement we identify some problem statement for project, and they work on it, right? This way we do that basically. Most of the time we are busy, that's why we don't like pay that attention to those problem statements basically, and they just do something. Finally they eventually they complete something, submit something, and then uh, they get something, right? They get good grades or average grades based on their contribution, right? This way like our system works in any engineering colleges. This way we like what utilize our student, basically student potential. So here just I want to just submit one thing. We have to just like what, invest some time in problem identification initially, only in the beginning of semester only. If we could invest some time in identifying a good problem statement, it will help us many ways. Multifold returns will be there. It will take our time, definitely, for sure. It will take minimum 2 week of time. If we spend 2 week of time with our students, and if we find good problem statements, these days students are very intelligent. ChatGPT, like there are so many like AI tools are there, LLMs are there, so they can find out good solution based on those AI assistive things basically, right? We have to just provide them good problem statements, right? Now just like if you see, just I want to like what, give you basic example. See, in 2016 and before that, like you may be aware about that. Their Bollywood was almost like flat, basically. There was no movie, nothing was there, nothing was working. OTT platform were just recently introduced, Netflix, Amazon Prime, so many things were there, Sony Live, so many things were there. And on the top of that, YouTube was there, free of cost. So nobody was going to theater to watch movies, right? Nobody. But there was one movie, its name was Bahubali. So Bahubali, when Bahubali was released, since then everything is changed. People started going to watch movies in theater, right? If you are aware about movies, you may understand this, right? So since then, everything was changed. And what was there in that movie? Same story was there, but the grandeur, the story presentation was very nice, right? And why people appreciated that movie, you know very well. There was a very big villain actually. His name was Bhatlawande. So very ferocious, very cruel villain was there. And that villain was so cruel, he inflicted so many atrocities on the citizens of Maheshmati that citizens were like what wanted to just get rid of their life, not problem basically, right? And those who were like sitting in the audience, they were also feeling that something should happen and someone should come and punish Bhallal Dev because those atrocities were so like what bad basically, right? So even like audience was like in a feeling connected with the problem, right? Created by that Bhallal Dev basically. So the thing was why people appreciated that. So just I want to submit one thing, and that is the problem. The problem was big, and that's why solution was appreciated. Solution was appreciated. Then there was one more movie, if you remember, KGF, franchise KGF series was there, and KGF also people appreciated, right? There was problem, and in that mine there were around 20,000 people were there. And those 20,000 people were suffering like hell. There was one villain called Garuda, if you watch that movie, or otherwise you can just Google it. So there was one villain in the name Garuda, and he was again like, and he was very cruel. And he was the biggest problem in that region, basically. And 20,000 people were suffering like hell, just like Mahishmati, right? And they were expecting a solution. And then there is entry of this hero, that Yash, right? Rocky Bhai or something, his name was there. And the people appreciated that solution, even in that plot also, and in like audience also. People appreciated that movie because the problem was presented very nicely. That Garuda problem, right? That was presented very nicely. The people were suffering, and there was one solution presented. That's why that movie was like very much appreciated. Our very own captain, Mahendra Singh Dhoni. If you remember, there was a time when Mahendra Singh Dhoni was like introduced in our Indian cricket team. That time, like what, there was a very difficult time. He always used to come to bat at position 6 or position 7. And whenever he used to come, that time almost like our batting order was collapsed that time, right? And when he used to come that time, there was no hope actually. And still, we had to make so many runs to even to keep that challenge alive. That was very difficult situation when Mahendra Singh Dhoni joined Indian cricket team. You may be aware about that. He came to bat at sixth or seventh position 70 times. 70 times. Sorry, 76 times. And of them, 70 times he scored more than 50 runs. More than 50 runs. And almost like 50% matches, he single handedly won those matches. Because when he used to come that time, it was almost like we were on the verge of losing that match. But he came in the end and he played very well and he kept that challenge alive, right? And he gave us hope. Even in such bad situation, also, one can come and one can win. So that was the example set by Mahendra Singh Dhoni, and that's why we appreciate Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Sachin Tendulkar is much, much better than Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Any other player, there are many players actually, Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, but still among them, Dhoni is appreciated widely, right? The thing is what, that time very serious problem was there. When first 2 3 people get out, most of the time, almost 90% time, our batting order used to collapse. That was very serious time, basically challenging time, difficult time faced by Indian cricket team. But Dhoni gave hope. In that order also, in sixth and seventh position, one person can come and win the game. He just like what, proved that concept. He brought the concept and he proved that concept. So very difficult time was there, and he outshined there, right? So he identified the problem, and he is known as Captain Cool basically. With great maturity, he played all games, very balanced responses, right? Very methodical, systematic things he did, and because of that, we could win those matches where he scored more than 50 runs, right? So the thing is, again, here I want to just like emphasize there was a problem and a very good solution was offered in that batting order. And that's why Dhoni is appreciated very much. Then again, this is like what Flipkart owner Sachin Bansal, what he did when he was in IIT Delhi, he used to sell second-hand books. He used to go to hostel rooms and he used to sell second-hand books basically. And people started, the students were like what and buying those books. There was a good market. So Sachin Bansal anticipated, right now I can sell second-hand books. Then he started selling tables, second-hand tables. Whenever student graduates, so they have good tables, good beds, right? So those things, buckets, everything. So he initially started with those things basically. And then manually, like in person, he used to go to hostel rooms and sell those things. He used to conduct auction, right? And eventually he realized that it cannot scale his like what, that venture. So he created one portal within the campus. And then he started selling those things. And gradually that portal became Flipkart. And now Mintra basically. He sold Flipkart and now he is like looking after Mintra basically, right? So he identified the problem because in engineering life, student life, we know that Pune University textbooks, their cost is very high actually. These days, their cost is around 700 rupees, 800 rupees. Anyway, student like these days, they don't refer any book, but those days people used to refer textbooks and their cost was 700 rupees, 800 rupees, new book cost. And in second hand cost it was very cost effective solution offered by Bansal, right? Sachin Bansal. So he identified the problem, right? He contemplated and he that the problem was around him only, right? He didn't do any deep research to find that problem. Day to day like interaction, because of those interaction with his friends, he realized that yes, people want to save money. There is problem, there is solution also. He just brought those two things together. One person want to sell the book, one person want to buy the book, that's it. And both are happy, right? So he identified the problem, and it was very natural. It was not something like an out of box thing he did basically, but he was all eyes and ears basically. He was seeing what is happening around him. He was hearing like what is happening around, right? So that is the thing. That is the thing. So just I want to submit one thing. Problem doesn't mean any engineering, innovation, design problem. Any problem, right? Even if we are facing like we have some challenges with some colleagues, let us say. So we have to identify the problem, and this way we have to figure out the solution. So what is our problem? If we are, let us say, stuck up for some reason, let us say. So only we have to figure out why we are in this situation. We have to just list down and only we have to figure out these things, right? So the most important thing is what we have to identify our problems or others' problem. And we have to provide the solution to our problem as well as others' problem. Right now, if we confine it to, let us say, research and innovation for that matter, because our growth is directly proportional to research and innovation, right? That's why even if we confine to these two things, then there are few things we will discuss. Now I want you to just like listen to one video. I'm just playing one video. uh, Madam, uh, can you hear the background, like the madam, can you hear the audio in this
No, sir.
video?
No. No, sir.
Hmm? Okay. Okay. I'll just, while sharing, I think I have to share video also, sound also. Advanced sharing option. One participant can post. Okay. How to make you hear audio as well. Okay, while sharing, I'll just for a while, I will stop sharing and one more time I will share. Let us see while sharing that option if I get uh, audio sharing. This is share sound.
अरे
Uh,
इसमें और लगने की क्या बात है? जब भी करण दिल्ली आता है
Madam, now, Madam,
Now
now can you
video both
hear the
are.
audio? Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Huh? Yes. Participants can any five participants, if you can hear, please type two in the chat box. Please type two in the chat box if you can hear. Very good. Thank you so much. I'm very happy. Geeta madam, really, this is
Thank you.
great actually. You people are very nicely arranging and coordinating this event. Because these days online session means, madam, only organizer and speaker are there. Your audience is really very good audience, madam. Thank you so much. I'm very happy about this. Yes,
Thank
chalo. So I will play this video and please just listen to it.
घर ही
Huh?
ठहरता है ना, एकदम घर का मेंबर समझा, इतना एहसान किया, एक किडनी तो मांग रहे हैं उससे, दो होती है ना सबकी।
एहसान मत लो, डिस्काउंट लो, वो भी फ्लैट 30% होटल बुकिंग्स पर, सिर्फ yatra.com पे।
See, this is advertisement of booking.com, Yatra bookings, right? Yatra booking, just like Make My Trip or otherwise, that Tribo type, one portal is there, yatrabooking.com. How they presented the problem, basically, you just see. So, need is there, humor is there. So nicely they position the problem. And because of that, what happened? See, humor is also there. So, wherever humor is there, attention is there, basically, right? And naturally, like what naturally people get hooked up, right? So whenever you present any problem without offending, also we can present the problem, right? Without offending. If suppose it is personal problem, let us say interpersonal issues are there, let us say. So and if we identified some problem, yes, without offending, we can share those problem. If it is research problem, let us say, we can bring some novelty in presentation. Novelty is not always in just solution, basically. How we present the problem, right? How we sell that problem, that is also very important, right? So just I want to submit one thing for your like consideration, that whenever we identify anything, it should be presentable. Now we have to think about it. We have to spend some time. We have to figure out how to make it presentable and convincing, right? People should think that okay, fine, it should get the attention of people. If it is research, and wherever we are presenting our research, all committee members should get attention, right? Should get kind of like what, and they it should be like what, and means they should be compelled to take cognizance of it. If it is interpersonal, if it is social, anything. So it should make a mark in others' mind, basically, and heart as well. If we can make that impact, right, it will like help us many ways. One more video I want to just like what, show you. I hope you can hear the audio in this video as well. Please read that line coming in the video. It is apt decision making. Apt decision making. You must have watched this movie. The name of movie is Bahubali, and you just see what has happened just before some time. That the name of that character is Devsena, and she was about to board the boat, and somehow that support collapsed, right? And now she was waiting for someone to come and arrange that like in a pathway, broken pathway, whatever, like that support, right? And there were many people actually. Boatmen were there, her personal servants were there, so many people were there. But who moved fast? That Bahubali, right? So he immediately stepped down. He immediately, like what, took the charge of situation, and he offered himself as a solution, basically, right? So see, there are many problems, there are many solutions, but who comes first, right? That matters a lot, right? Who comes first is not the important thing actually. Who comes first with a good solution, that matters, right? So what he did, aptly he came into the picture and he offered himself as a solution. Problem solved. Yes, everyone is happy there, right? Even the viewers are very happy. They appreciated what a scene was that, right? That person also who just like what boarded the boat, that person is also happy. Person who offered the help, that is also happy, right? So win, win, win. Everyone won, right? So the thing is what? There are two things basically: fast movers and first movers, basically, right? First mover is also appreciated, and fast movers are also. But if we use both, then we will be indispensable. Then, right? So first mover and fast mover, right? First movers and fast movers. So there are thousand solutions. There are thousand good solutions, I would say, right? But people are still thinking about those solutions. People want to validate it. They want to do many experimentation on it. So many things are there. And everyone, like many people attending this meeting, they must have thought of so many problems and so many solutions to solve those problems. But very few could materialize those solutions. Why? Because we are not fast movers. We may be first movers to identify and solve some problem, but we may not be fast, and because of that, we may not get recognition. So here, I just want to submit one thing for your consideration, and that is what we must be first and fast movers. And in single line, if I want to say, I would just like to present to you it as apt decision making. May it be research, innovation, project, personal, social, professional, any life, any problem. We need to be very fast in our decision making, right? That is the message I want to just convey. One more video I want to just present for your consideration.
दंडनायक, इस अहंकारी को बंदी बनाकर घुटनों पर झुका दो।
आज्ञा राजमाता।
देवसेना को किसी ने हाथ भी लगाया तो समझो बाहुबली की तलवार को हाथ लगा दिया।
So Dev Sena and that I forgot the name of his mother, uh, Bahubali's mother, but he was like treating his mother like demigod, right? And he was worshipping his mother. He used to obey each and every instruction of his mother, right? She was almost a demigod for Bahubali. But when it comes to like what taking a right stand, basically, there was some misunderstanding, and mother like ordered like some strict action against Dev Sena, right? That queen ordered some action against Dev Sena. And Bahubali was very much part of that kingdom. He was his son only. He is his son only, right? Her son only, right? But he decided, like he understood the thing, like what is wrong, what is right, and he took the right stand, right? So he was like what a kind of like what devotee of his mother, right? But the moment that moment came when she wanted to punish Devsena, right? And it was just because of some misunderstanding only. And there was no time to clarify that misunderstanding. But in that short time, he took a right stand, right? So just I want to submit one thing. In our professional life also, there are so many things, they waste our time. There are so many thankless jobs, they waste our time, basically. There are so many such things. So we have to just take right stand against such things. Whenever we get any thankless job, see, there are many people who can do many things, right? So there are, let us say, we'll just take one simple example. Administrative work is there. Generally, we do administrative work in group only, right? In team only. So if everyone is working, fine. If you are working, then there is a problem. It will waste your time most of the time. And at the end of the day, everything is thankless only. Things which comes with us, they will stay with us, right? Like publication, patents, project grants, right? So many things basically. But if you completed some administrative work, let us say very nicely, extraordinarily. Those things are good actually, and they are part and parcel of our duty, and we must do that, right? No one will deny that, right? It is our job basically. We have to do that. If we don't do, who else will do it, right? But then, like, there should be those duties should be like performed with good understanding. With good understanding, we have to ensure everyone is doing it, right? And doesn't matter. Most of the time, we think that I'm very junior, I'm not confirmed yet, right? And that's why, like, I have to just follow, and there is no other solution, and I'm very helpless. Fine, those things are there, but every time we cannot be in the same situation. Two, three times we can understand, but every time we are in the same situation, then how can we like come out of this situation? And when we will come out, and when we will like what and move further in our life, then, right? So only we have to take right stand against such things. If something is wasting our time, very submissively we can share these things with our colleagues, with our authorities, and we can tell them that fine, I will do it, right? But please ensure everyone is also doing it, so that it can be completed in a short span of time, and I will get some good time to take care of my other interest, research interest, innovation interest, publication interest, this interest, that interest, right? So your personal things also we have to plan, right? Even like we need time to plan our lecture also, right? Most of the time we give lowest priority to that because of other so many things, right? So we have to learn how to say no. Not every time we are not saying no to everyone, right? But sometimes we have to take right stand, and we have to choose. There are many groups in the department, in the institute. We cannot be part of each and every group, each and every committee, right? Two committees, three committees we can identify, and we can wholeheartedly participate in those committees. Every time, every new work comes and we are part of it, so we will stay there itself. Then there is no scope for further growth. Then, so who have to take right stand? Then who has to take right stand? We only. So we have to decide. Okay, fine. I am good in this. I will do this. Right. So what is like what Anna? Limit of saying no, we have to decide, right? When you will say no, you have to decide, right? Because we have to plan our other works and our growth related work, right? So other than you, nobody can decide this. Nobody will come and say that, okay, sir, madam, shall I write your name in my publication or in my patent or in my grant? Nobody is going to come, right? When we work, then only things will work, right? Otherwise, there is no scope, no hope, right? So please take right stand. Just one submission for your consideration. One more video I want to just like present for your consideration.
वो मिट्टी हिंदुस्तान की है और वो मयूरपंख मुगल सल्तनत का पेड़ जिसकी जड़ें हैं दिल्ली, और वो तीर मराठा साम्राज्य का। जड़ पे वार करो तो बड़े से बड़ा पेड़ भी गिर जाता है।
कमाल है तुम्हारी सोच पेशवा।
In the royal court of Chhatrapati Shahu Maharaj, there were many competent people, right? But a 20-year-old young person was made Peshwa of entire Maratha kingdom. Now, what made him to achieve all these things? Because he never thought, he is like what, very young, right? He always like, there was consistent feeling in his mind that he was competent, right? So he has self-confident. He was very much like confident about his self, right? And that's why he demonstrated it. And he became the youngest Peshwa of entire Maratha kingdom. Chhatrapati Shahu Maharaj made him, right? If you watch that scene in the movie, there were many competent like what people, right? But that honor was given to him, right? So here just I want to submit one thing. Whenever we do anything, there should be conclusion. Whenever we do anything, there should be meaningful conclusion for our every action. If we completed some activities assigned by department, assigned by institute, university, wherever, whoever, whatever, whenever, right? So after every work, we should be able to tell what we did and how differently we did and what is impact of your contribution and what important role you played, right? So those conclusions for ourselves, nobody is going to draw any conclusion. Most of the times, conclusions about anyone are very neutral, but it is our responsibility to make. Acha, I think one, can you share these videos with tag school participants or organizers? If any recording, can you please share with? Yes, madam, I will do that. Definitely, madam. Yes. Date, madam, I'll do that. Yes. So, see, if we want to create something positive about ourselves, then there is only one person who will speak positive about ourselves. And we only. So you only have to project yourself. Like it is said that like those companies who sell products on television, right, through various advertisement, they are not selfish, and they are like what, uh, making promotion of their products. And when you promote, when you watch those videos, advertisement, then only you buy. Your kids compel you to buy something after watching those advertisements only, right? So similarly, we need to be our brand ambassador. And for that, we should be very confident, very positive about our works. Every time, whenever we do something, we should draw some meaningful conclusions and we should convince others. We should make it presentable so that everyone understand our importance and our contributions, importance of our contributions. Right? Fine. So now we will come to next thing. We always think that okay, now I am assistant professor and there is time to go. When I will become associate professor, then I will peacefully do something. Now I have just started doing something. I will develop some expertise and then I will do something. Now I have just started learning mathematical modeling. When I will become expert, then I will develop some model. There are so many such assumptions and such inhibitions are there in our mind. Basically, we think that okay, not right now is not the right time. After some time, when we develop some expertise, we will do something. We always keep on like what, convincing ourselves. So don't, please don't convince yourself. Now is the right time. Don't wait for anything. I just want to give you one example. You just see here, there is one pedestrian. She want to go to some location, some place. She is carrying map in her hand, but somehow she is unable to locate the place. What did she do basically in such case? Whenever you go to your relative's place, you use Google Maps, you keep on driving your car, and whenever you reach nearby area and still you are not able to find that place, what do we do in that case? We just take out our windshield, our window, car window, and whoever is like what walking nearby, we just dada, yeah, sir, we just like request him to guide us to reach that place basically. We never like whenever we are invited to particular event beforehand, one day before that actual event, we never go to just see how to reach that place. We never go there, right? So when the event is there on that day only, we just make our travel plan and we just drive to that place. We never come one day before. We never go to that place one day before to just see, okay, how can we reach that place? That happens in our NBA, NAC, and other committees only. Before NBA, mock NBA is there. We only invite people. Before NAC, mock NAC is there, right? But whenever we go to some new place, we never mock drill. We never conduct any drill. We don't go there 2-3 times before and then we say that okay, fine, tomorrow and I should, there should be no confusion. So 2-3 days I will practice how to reach that place. We never do that. Whenever such a problem comes, we take help of pedestrians, other people, or otherwise we directly phone them and we'll ask them, okay, I reached this area, that place, this place, and Can you guide me from this? So please try to understand. And just I'm submitting one thing. No need to worry about anything. We need very basic things. And even if we don't know these things, then also we can build good thing out of it. If you want to solve anything, we need very few things: basic geometry, basic algebra, or any one language, Python, C, MATLAB, right? See, and no expertise is required. Even if you know what is it and how to use it, they are tools basically, right? They are tools, and very easily with the help of current AI tools, we can exploit them and we can make a very good solution out of it. Then after that, like what? See, like OpenCV, many big libraries are there, right? Hardware circuits are there. We need not reinvent same thing again and again. We can directly get that patch and we can use it and we can deploy it. Hardware circuit also we can buy, which are available, ready-made available circuits are there. We can just like use that. So patching is like what very widely used in industry. In any industry, if you have like your friends, family members, or your students in industry, you just see how they work basically. They have thousands of patches and they keep on connecting them. That's it. They work that way only, right? So we can also work like that. So no expertise is required. Only kind of basic understanding is required. So without waiting, we can start. And if at all, if you are like, let us say, still feeling that you cannot approach to that problem, then experts are available in your department, in your college, in COEP, in IIT. People are ready to help. Some people are very generous, free of cost, they help. Some people may charge consultancy charges, no problem. How industry solve their problem? They pay their employee to their consultant. Consultant is an official designation, right? So we can also hire consultant, right? And in contribution, we can pay them. So we can plan things and we can get the things done. Our biggest problem is overthinking, right? We think that, okay, it's not now. After some time, when I develop some basic expertise, then only I will start. So please don't wait, right? Just submission is there. One submission is there for your consideration. No need to wait. Doesn't matter who you are. What is your position right now? Designation, post. Assistant professor can do everything. Professor also can do everything. Everyone can do everything. Sure. So this is like one basic submission. Then after that, the next thing is team. Now, I have just shown one picture, and in that picture, I have shown photograph of one college. The name of this college is Shri Guru Govind Singh Ji Government College of Engineering, Nanded. This college is in Nanded. And this college, the second image is of Government College of Engineering, Pune. Now it is university. And the third college is Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur. And the fourth college is Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. So they are just representative images. What is, if you see, the common thing in these four colleges, the teamwork of their teacher. You just go to any faculty profile of these four engineering colleges, universities, whatever. So you just visit any professor's profile in any of these colleges and you just go to their research profile, and in research profile you just see number of authors for their publication. Minimum 6 authors are there. Minimum 6. Most of the cases more than 6. 90% cases authors are more than 6. So they teach us very important thing, that collaboration. We should build a very good team, right? So it doesn't matter. Generally, like people think that if we like what and give authorship or co-authorship to one person, unnecessarily like he will be getting recognition or some like what credit or one publication, one patent on their name. First, we have to give, then people will give, right? If we want to take something, we have to give many things. So we have to offer. Right now, our network is not good, team is not good. Offer authorship, co-authorship, right? Nothing will be vested. Tomorrow, they will also offer authorship, co-authorship. We should not blindly offer authorship or blindly accept authorship. We should contribute. We should at least know what is happening there, and we should contribute, because through contribution only we will learn few things. And if we learn something, that will always stay with us, right? So these colleges are really teachers. The teachers in these colleges are teachers of everyone, but these colleges, their philosophy is real teacher basically. For every small and big things, they collaborate. And if you see how their collaboration works, same format, same pattern, we can also follow in our institutes. See, first of all, see, these days everyone want to collaborate with IITs and some other elite premium institutes. No need to do that. In our department also, many good peoples are there. And a lot of competition is also there. Destructive competition is there. But we have to sit with them, we have to figure out something. And we have to do some kind of like what arbitration, and we have to make a team. So within department, many good peoples are there. So first we should explore those types. Then within institute also interdisciplinary. Now in all colleges, even though branch names are different, but in all departments, only one discipline is prevalent, and that is computer and ENTC engineering only, right? So most of the faculty members have like what in a complementary expertise. We can use them. Same expertise, we can take help of them, right? So within department, within institute, this collaborations first we should explore with alumni, our students basically, right? And they will never say no. If we directly go to IIT and NIT, they don't know basically. We are very new to them, right? So that's why they may not they may not shake hand immediately, right? It will take some time. But these people within department, within institute, with alumni, there is no problem, right? And gradually we can build, and then we can go to some SMEs, small, medium scale enterprises, right? Sometime the enterprises started by our alumni, and then gradually through referral, we will build our profile. Consultancy project works this way only. If we directly go to some industry and ask them and offer them solution, they may not believe. But if we follow this ladder, step by step we have approach, then definitely things will work. And many colleges are there, like these four colleges. They followed the same step. And now we know IISc, well known for consultancy. IIT is well known for consultancy. SGGS, we are very fortunate. We are located in Pune. In Pune, mechanical industry is there, IT industry is there, electronics industry is there. Now, SGGS, if you see, SGGS is like what located in, if you see the address of SGGS, it's in Nanded, Marathwada region, Nanded. That also in Nanded also, in remote area, that college is there basically. But still, if you see, the teachers in SGGS were the first teachers who completed PhD. You just go to that website, their website, no one is like whatever, all are doctorates. Sorry, doctorate is a very small thing. Postdoctorate, double postdoctorate, right? Everyone has multiple research project, right? And no FDP, no project can be completed without professors from SGGS. So everywhere they have their say. In Maharashtra, in Bharat, everywhere, right? So they followed this particular logic, and that logic worked everywhere for them. So it will work for us also, right? If such remote college people can get everything, we will also get. So we need one team only, one good team, that trust we have to build. And with that trust, very easily we can make things happen. So it is very simple. So just one submission is there for your consideration. We should be very good with our department faculty members, institute faculty members, and our alumni. And they will make a very good road, I would say, royal road to success basically. So this is very simple and achievable. Because this world works on a very basic principle of mutual benefits. If you give something, you will get reciprocated accordingly. So, mutual benefit, this thing we have to always keep in mind whenever we form a new team, new relation with anyone. Fine. So, you just see just one video I want to share with you. I hope you watched first part also, this part also, what is happening. So here just I want to convey and submit one thing for your consideration. We think that teamwork means everyone is doing every single work. If you see here, one person is doing just one work only. So we should form such a team. Let us say I am good in coding. Somebody is good in hardware. Let us say somebody is good in writing, for example, proposal writing, paper writing. So all such people should come together and we should do our work only. And this will scale up our work so easily, quickly, right? So teamwork means what? Teamwork means everyone is doing his own work. We are not like what working on same thing. Everyone is not working on same simple thing, right? So everyone is doing his own work. So whenever we work on anything, we should be able to divide that, and whichever part is assigned to you, we should complete that part very innovatively. If everyone is putting such efforts, naturally that things will succeed, right? So we need not know everything. Even if we know few basic things, we can definitely achieve something substantial in a good team. One more video just I want to present for your consideration. Please watch it and read it carefully. See, this person, he is performer in every department, every institute. Such many people are there. Then now the second person, if you see, he is also good, but not good compared to first one. But he is a very good co-worker, right? Good colleague. He is supporting him. And such many people are there in any department, in any institute, basically. Then if you see, there are few people, he is like less effective, but still see, he is contributing as per his capacity. And such people are also there everywhere. They get distracted and they support very less, but still their contribution is good. They are not creating any nuisance, basically, right? They are helping some or other. Now there are some people, they will create some problems. Now you just see, they pretend they are helping us, but they are the real problem. And we think that okay, fine. Most of the time we understand, we know also. And it's not about people always, it's about situations also. Everyone is good. Nobody is like, no one is bad. But there are certain situations. So we need to understand such situations, such people, such problems. And at right time, we have to take the charge of situation. And we have to decide with whom we want to continue. Otherwise, if we keep on like moving with such all and band, then it will be very difficult. With all such people, if we want to walk, then it will be very difficult, right? So we have to take the charge at right place. Whenever situation is out of hand, out of control, we know, we can see that. But that is the right time. We have to take charge of the situation, and we have to remove some people, remove some problem, remove some situations, or otherwise we have to get out of it. So we have to decide something. We should be able to understand it, and we should have enough courage to take the charge of such situations. Fine. Then after that, mindset, right? Now this thing, being a teacher, I really want to request all of you to please consider this thing with highest weightage. Now, see, these days resources are very like what costly. Any resource. Now, if you see in any company, our students also, if you see our students, if you offer them job of 20,000 rupees per month, they will not accept it. Minimum job of like 6 lakh, 5 lakh, 4 lakh, they want, right? And if anyone is offering them less than that, they will not join them, right? So now, if you see a bare minimum resource, any basic student, any like what in a normal student will expect a CTC of 4 lakh rupees per annum, right? CTC of 4 lakh rupees, minimum 4 lakh rupees. When someone offers him 4 lakh rupees, then only he will start like what in a looking at you. Otherwise, he will just ignore you if it is less than 4 lakh rupees. Every student these days get a job of 4 lakh rupees. And in any college, I'm not saying department, in any college, if you see, in any college, if you see, minimum 1,000 students are there. Now you just multiply 4,000, sorry, 4 lakh with 1,000. In any college, see, more or less, even if we think that this student was not good in this, that, immediately when pass out, within 6 months, he get a job of 4 lakh rupees, right? The same student who was underperforming in department or in college, same person, same student get a package of 20 lakh rupees, 10 lakh rupees within a like in a span of 6 months, right? Not 10 lakh rupees, but at least 4 lakh rupees he will manage to get. So just I want to submit one thing. Such 1,000 students are there with us. And if you multiply 4 lakh with 1,000, you know the number, right? So this resources of this cost are already available with us. And we have to just think of, like we have to just change the a subtle change in our mindset. Our mindset is very good. Being a teacher, we are the very good people basically, but we always follow mindset of a teacher basically. We have to just tweak it and we have to make it to entrepreneur mindset. We should be thinking that we have employees, our student. We should always look at our student as employee. We should consider them employees, right? And accordingly, we should utilize them. You just become employer and think like if you want to assign some work, if you want to provide some perks, pays, right? Bonus, anything. So on what basis you will assign, right? We also offer them perks many times, right? We know that their perks are different, but we always like appreciate our student and reward our student like with highest grades, right? So there should be some benchmarking. If you achieve this, okay, this grade is there. If you achieve that, that grade is there. So this way, some like a gamification, competitiveness we have to bring, and we have to like encourage them to perform as if like they are working in some industry. Because same people when are in college do something mediocre, and after just 6 months they come to us and tell us, "Sir, I have filed two patents." Right? If they can do after 6 months, they can do before 6 months also. So we have to just find out such people. We have to mix good groups. And as we discussed earlier, we have to invest around 2 weeks in the beginning of every semester to find good students and to find good problem statements. And then they are very smart. They will solve the problem. They will solve the problem. And we can utilize those problems later on for writing good paper. We can offer co-authorship to them, or for writing a good proposal out of it, or to file a design patent or a file copyright. Many things we can do based on that. And again, like if that is not completed, no problem. Next batch is waiting. So we can give that work to next batch and they can develop something on it. So we have to be like what? Think like just like an entrepreneurship mindset. Entrepreneur mindset. We have to always see our student as keys basically. And there are many locks, there are many problems, and every student will act as a kind of key for a particular lock, right? So our students are basically keys to many locks, and we have to look at them like that only. We should be in the shoes of an employer, right? And that way we have to assign the work and reward them accordingly. So this was about this, right? So entrepreneurial mindset, if we can create, that will really help us. Then see, there are four teachers I'm just showing you on the screen. Manjunath Mahadevappa, he is professor. Sir, Geeta madam, 3:30 वाजलेत. Madam, with your permission, may I continue for 10 minutes?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I will just conclude in 10 minutes. Thank you, madam. So, Manjunath sir, Jayant sir, Balkrishnan sir, and Himmatrao Bavaskar. Specifically, I want to give you example of Dr. Himmatrao Bavaskar. Many of you must be aware about and know him. Himmatrao Bavaskar was the person actually. He was posted. He is doctor by profession, a medical doctor. Himmatrao Bavaskar. He was posted in Chandrapur, Gadchiroli region, in one of the PHC. PHC stands for Primary Health Center. He was doctor there, and in that region there was a very serious problem. It was called as scorpion bite problem, and those scorpions were very poisonous. And if suppose there is like a scorpion bite case, within an hour that person used to die. And that was very prevalent in that region that time, around 20 years ago. And Dr. Himmatrao Bavaskar and his team was like very expert in anesthesia. He was general physician anyway, but about anesthesia and drugs related to anesthesia, he was very good. And he used to do many experimentations also with his students, basically, along with his students. So once, like he was in the PHC, and one case of scorpion bite came, and it was like what that person was bound to die. Even the family members were aware. Everyone in the hospital, that clinic, everyone was aware because it was a very routine for them. If scorpion bite is there, they used to die. So Himmatrao Bavaskar, Dr. Bavaskar was there. So he just like an approach to their family members, and he said, um, "Can I try some solution? Can I try one drug on him?" And what was the drug? It was not something newly created by Dr. Bavaskar. It was anesthesia drug. A BP and anesthesia related some work was going on in his team. With his team, he was doing that work. The name of that drug was Prizocin or something. I just forgot that drug name. So he just like took the permission, right? Consent of his family member, the patient's family member, and those family members said that anyway, they knew the result, but they uh, took the chance and they allowed him to do so. And then he just like what tried that drug on him, and miraculously that drug worked on that patient, and he survived. And it was simple blood pressure, and just to control the blood pressure, and anesthesia related some drug was there. You just google out, it was Prizocin or something. So that drug worked very well. So that drug was already tested, it was available in the market, but nobody knew about the application of that drug. That drug was in use for some other domain. But Himmatrao Bavaskar, Dr. Bavaskar, was very much like what, aware about the things, right? And he was like full of like what, experiments and like what discussions, so many things he used to do. And that drug worked very well. And then somebody advised him to write a paper on it. So he just wrote one paper, and his first paper was of just one page. And he submitted on based on some recommendation. He submitted that paper to Lancet. You may be aware about Lancet. What is Lancet? Lancet is, it's beyond imagination actually. So he was the first person who got acceptance from Lancet. And what was the size of his paper? Number of pages? One page. And he is the only person in our country who has 21 publications in Lancet. Lancet. He is a celebrity, real celebrity. And what he did actually, the things which were already available, he applied to some other domain. So we are also expert in, and we are fully like what, aware about many things, and we have to just change the domain. We have to apply those things to other domain. But for that, we should know what are the problems in other domain. When you interact with people in other domain, and when they share their problem, like you will be at surprise basically, because you already have those solutions. We already have those solutions, and very simple solutions. And with those solutions, we can cater their requirement, and we can very easily solve those problems. Right? So, what Dr. Himmatrao Bavaskar, Dr. Balkrishnan, Dr. Jayanta Mukhopadhyay sir, and Dr. Manjunath Mahadevappa sir did, they just created a repository of all solutions of their students. Every year, every semester, our student implements something. So we have to just remember those solutions. We have to create a repository of those solutions. If it is software based, software repository. If it is hardware based, hardware repository. And we should keep on passing those projects to our new incoming batches. They will experiment, they will add something, add on to it, and never know, someday something good will come out of it. Some good patent, some good proposal, some good publication may come out of it, right? So these people taught us and still teaching us that every project is important. Nothing is small, nothing is big. Everything is important. They just kept record of everything, and they ensured that everything is working. These days, like what, whenever our student projects are not working, we are very considerate. We just like what, ignore such things. But if we do a good follow, definitely the things, all projects will be in working state. May it be software, may it be hardware. We have to just do follow, and we have to maintain the repository of all these things. Fine. Then the last thing, outcome. Outcome. Now, I just want to present one image for your consideration, and I want you to identify the name of tree, and please type in the chat box what is the name of this tree. Can you please type the name of tree in chat box? Coconut tree. Dr. Carlin. Thank you, madam. Shilpa madam, Priyanka madam. Very good, excellent. So just I want to submit one thing. This is the only tree. See, each and every part of this tree is like what had some value basically. There is nothing called waste in this tree. If you see the leaves of this tree, they are used as broom. If you see the fruit of this tree, that is used in almost all, like what, as an ingredient in all recipes, that is used. Coconut is indispensable. Coconut is everywhere. You make any sabji, any like what, dish, any like what eatable, most of the time in all parts of country world, coconut is used. Hair oil, you know that, right? Husk, dishwasher, right? Dishwasher. Earlier days, what were the dishwashers, right? So it is trunk as a fuel. Nothing is waste. Nothing is waste. And for your consideration, just I want to submit one thing. We also do many things. We have multiple project groups, undergraduate, then master students, PhD students also. So whenever they implement something, so we have to just remember coconut tree. Everything has some value. Everything has some meaning basically. So that way, even if you solve some small problem, so we should always think about if that problem is very good, if that solution is very good, you may think of converting into a product. If you think that it is not worth a product, it's still in design or some novel thing and some experimentation is still awaited, fine, you can file a patent on it. If not patent, at least design on it. If you think that, okay, fine, this is good for a publication, first file patent, first file design patent or normal patent, and then send to some publisher. Never know, we may get a journal publication on that. If you think that it is not worth a journal publication, no problem, no matter. You can write a funding proposal based on that and submit to 300-400 funding agencies. These days, like what CSR, corporate social responsibility, is one new vertical, and every industry has that vertical, right? Submit to them, send to them through your alumni, through your TPO, right? And they may also give us funding. If you think that it is not worth funding, no problem. You may convert it into a proof of concept. NBA, NAC, this, that, industry, many people come to our campus, right? Present to them. Nobody knows. Somebody will come, someone will come and buy that solution, right? LinkedIn is there. Post on LinkedIn that you solved this problem, that problem, right? And someone will come and buy that concept. At least some royalty we may get. At least some collaboration may happen, right? Anything can happen. If you think that it is not worth proof of concept also, then conferences are there. In Bharat, last year we just counted 1700 conferences conducted in last year, 2025, January 2025 to December 2025. 1700 conferences were there, right? So definitely everyone needs good manuscripts, so we can convert it into a conference paper. If you think that it is not worth for conference, no problem. Everything under the sky can be copyrighted. So we just copyright it. At least in our profile, it will appear somewhere. And for copyright, 500 rupees are the charges, right? So whenever we do anything, something tangible should come out of it. We should always think something we are getting. We must be selfish enough to get something out of everything. It was just about project work. We can apply this principle to everything that we do in our institute, in our personal life, in our social life, professional life, right? Everywhere we can develop a basic understanding of outcome. If we are doing something, you should get something good in return, right? So that is one submission for your consideration. Yes. So finally, just I want to conclude with this. See, whenever we do something, we should think about it. If we do, how much time will be required and what you will get in return, right? So this estimate you should make before starting anything. And we have to always remember that expertise, all such things used to exist. Now, those days are gone, right? Expertise is good, motivation is also good, right? Even if we develop motivation to do something, we can achieve many things. So motivation is always like better than expertise. And if you are motivated right now in your younger age or mid age, just do it. Don't wait for anything. Right? We discussed how can we form a team and how can we, walk the path basically. And we should always think about outcome based things. Everything should give us something in return. Right. If we think like this, our place will also become powerful and we will also become powerful. Right? In KGF, there is one a very good punchline: powerful people come from powerful places. Our academic institutes are already powerful places. We have good infrastructure, right? So we have to start using that infrastructure. And very consciously, we have to start using that infrastructure, right? So places are already powerful. And we have to just like what, we are already, but we have to manifest that. And the bottom line and the summary of all this thing is what we have to find problems. That's it. And we have to solve problems. Now, problem in every aspect of life. Four lives, people say that there are four types of life: personal life, then social life, and professional life. Right? So we have to like what always like think about this approach. There are many plenty problems are there, and we should always think about their solution. and every solution should give us something in written. That's it. Thank you so much. So with this, I would like to conclude this session. If you have any question, please let me know.